human rights lawyer Chel Diokno also mourns the passing of former President Noynoy Aquino, and he now joins us live via Zoom. Good morning, Attorney Chel. Thank you for joining us so early in the morning after what must have been a very difficult day for you yesterday.
Good morning, Ria, and everyone who's watching.
Now, Attorney, yesterday you tweeted and you talked about that time during your mom's wake when the former president reminisced about the imprisonment of your fathers, former Senators Jose Diokno and, of course, Benigno Ninoy Aquino Jr. In Laur in Nueva Ecija. Could you share with us more about moments like this when you talked about your parents?
Well, the Diokno and Aquino families became close because their fathers were both in detention at the same time. They were both detained here in Fort Bonifacio at the maximum security unit, and then both suffered incomunicado detention, or what we call solitary confinement, in Fort Magsaysay, that's in Laur, Nueva Ecija. And you know, these experiences are really etched in our memories. In fact, that's one of the things that President Pinoy talked about when he visited our mother's wake. But before I continue, of course, I need to extend my heartfelt condolences to the entire Aquino family and the entire Aquino clan. It's really a big loss to our country.
Sir, you said in another tweet that Pinoy served our country well. He uplifted the lives of many Filipinos and gave us a reason to dream for a better future. How would you describe President Noy as a public servant? What would you say was the hallmark of his leadership style?
Well, I think he demonstrated really a love of our country that was clearly shown when he fought for our sovereignty and won the case in the Permanent Court of Arbitration concerning the West Philippine Sea. To me, that's one of his legacies that will really last for generations.
Attorney Chel, on a more personal note, have you been able to speak to members of the Aquino family since the former president passed yesterday?
Well, we were able to drop by Heritage yesterday afternoon and got to speak for a little bit with the siblings of President Pinoy.
For you, sir, what is the most important legacy that President Noynoy Aquino leaves behind?
Well, I think that he gave us a reason to hope. He gave us a reason to look for the future and to believe that we could really build a nation that would be just and humane. Aside from his fighting for our sovereignty in the West Philippine Sea case, he also left a legacy in terms of human rights, because it was during his time that human rights became operationalized both in the Philippine National Police and in the Armed Forces of the Philippines. That is actually unprecedented in our recent past.
Sir, would you mind sharing with us, when was the last time you saw the former president or interacted with him or spoke to him?
Well, actually, he was one of our awardees at the Jose W. Diokno de La Salle University Award, which we give every February, and we had awarded him this year. However, he was not able to attend virtually, but sent a very, very beautiful message. The last time I had physically interacted with him must have been, I'm thinking maybe over 2 years ago, probably.
Right. So,
Yeah.
so quite a while back, and of course you have the pandemic. Sir, if I could ask you lastly, what will you miss most about Noynoy Aquino? Maybe not so much Noynoy Aquino, the president, but Noynoy, your friend.
He had a very wonderful sense of humor and a great personality. Mabuting tao si President Pinoy, at saka masaya at masarap na kasama. And that's how I would like to remember him.
Well, thank you for sharing your thoughts and your memories with us, sir. We do appreciate that. Attorney Chel Diokno.